What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles, and welcome back to another video. You guys know it's Tuesday, and with Tuesday comes a new series, Cop or Drop. If you guys aren't familiar with this series, what I do is I give you one book that I'd be buying right now today in this market, and of course I'd give you the drop, one book that I'd definitely be selling or kind of staying away from. But before we get into the video, like we always do, guys, I want to mention to you, if you are not a current subscriber of the channel and have been digging my content, I want you to go ahead and do me a favor and click that subscribe button for me now. Of course, I want you to smash that like button because it does help the algorithm out, and I want you to turn on the notification bell because I'll let you guys know when I post new videos. With that said, guys, one more announcement. If you're not a member of the channel, you are missing out. For a measly $4.99 a month, I send you 3 to 5 comics a month via my newsletter that I'd be buying right now before anyone else has started picking these books up. But we're going to jump in here with Cop or Drop for the week. This is episode 3. If you guys haven't checked out the first 2 episodes, I thought they were great. A lot of great feedback from everyone out there in the community. But my cop for this week is a book that has been dropping over the past 6 to 8 months, and I'm not sure why. This book was absolutely on fire from the beginning, or I should say the end of 2020 to maybe about the middle of last year, and then it started to drop. It is a copy of Fantastic Four, number 48, the first appearance of the Silver Surfer. Now, this book got so freaking hot about 1.5 to 2 years ago. I mean, it was absolutely on fire. Going from like whatever it was, you could have had a copy in a low grade from like $400 to $500 up to now that book is probably worth about $2,000. Then it started to come down. Yes, it got really hot for a long period of time, a little too hot, and then it started to cool off, and I think it's just about to bottom right now. So this is my cop for the book for the week, book that I'd be definitely picking up, and like we always do on this Cop or Drop, we're going to go and look at the numbers. So again, I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys so you guys can see the 2020 average for a 4.0, because that's where I really want to own this book. I think the 4.0 for these Silver Age books is the sweet spot. I don't mind owning a 2.5 and up. I do have a 2.5 graded myself, and I have a raw copy for myself as well. But if you can get a 4.0 or higher, that's where I'd be sticking to buy this book right now. So we're going to go ahead. In 2020 average, the average sale was $219. There were 45 sales. In 2021 average, look at that, guys. It is more than double. You see how hot this book was back then. It went to $21.33, and that was in 35 sales on eBay. The 12-month rolling average was $2,277. Again, yet still up. And now the 90-day average has dipped down to $2,053 on 9 sales on eBay. The last sale back up again to $2,330. So you can see we got a new high on that sale this month. Like I said, 2021, the high was $21.33. This book is starting to take off again, getting hot, heating up. Now is the right time to pounce on this book if you do not have a copy or even want to add a second or third copy. This book has come in a little bit, now it's starting to roar. If you guys can add a copy of this book, I think now is the right time to pounce on it, add it back to the collection, and keep it there until we see the Silver Surfer show up in the MCU. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's why we need to own this book. At one point, I had a 4.5 CGC graded copy, and about a year ago, I sold it. I think I only sold it for around $1,700, so I really missed out. This is a 4.0 copy for around $2,000. The last sale was $2,300, so get it now. Like I said, it's going to start popping again. I don't know anyone out there who does not want to own a copy of this book. Everyone always talks about the 48 and the 49 and the 50, and that the 49 is the best cover. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm starting to really love this Fantastic Four number 48 cover. This nice brown, this soft silhouette. Again, you get the first appearance of Silver Surfer, and I believe the cameo of Galactus. Pick up this book. This is my cop for the week. Definitely want to own this one. I'm looking to add another copy to my collection as well. So that's the cop, guys. We're going to head right now into the drop of the week, and I'm going to get some flack for this one. I know it, because every time I mention this book and I say I kind of want to stay away from it, people always jump down my throat. But that's fine. That's what we do here in the comic community. We talk, we bicker, we go back and forth on what books we want to own, how much we want to pay for them, stuff like that. So my drop for the week is none other than a copy of Batman Adventures number 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Now, before I get roasted, let me at least explain myself, okay? Again, a modern book Back in the day, no one really talked about this book. No one was really popular, going crazy trying to find this book. This was like a throwaway, another Batman, series. Nobody was reading it. And then all of a sudden, the cartoon came out and Harley Quinn exploded. People loved the character. People wanted to find her first appearance, and they got it in Batman Adventures number 12. So, again, this book got hot when, Harley Quinn first showed up in a movie. It got hot when she took on the role. Then all of a sudden, it kind of stayed stagnant for a while, right? Why did it do that? When we're talking about this book, I only want to own this book in a 9.6 or a 9.8. And to be honest with you, I want it in a 9.8. I don't even want to own it in a 9.6, but I think it's fine to own. There's a lot of people out there who own it probably in a 9.0 or higher. Maybe it's their favorite character, so they have it in low grade. And that's great, guys. But we're talking about monetary value, where we think the book is going to go in the future. Now, we saw her show up in the Suicide Squad. We saw her show up in whatever it was, the Justice League with Jared Leto. She showed up in that stuff. The book didn't move. Maybe it went up a little bit and then came right back down. So what's going to happen now? We had another Suicide Squad movie not too long ago. The book didn't really do anything. So to me, where's this book ever going to go? Yes, it's going to be popular on the people who love this character, who are like born to read about this character. Great character. I'm not, defaming the character, guys, but from a comic standard, from a monetary value where we want to make money on our books, I am staying away and dropping this book if you guys own it. So we're going to get into the numbers like I always do. I haven't seen the new Suicide Squad with the James Gunn version. I heard it was okay. Probably better than the first still. Regardless, I don't want to own this book right here. Unless, like I said, you're a major fan and you just want it in your collection. So we're going to go. In 2020, the average sale was in a 9.6 was $738 on 128 sales. That is a lot of sales on eBay for 1 year average, okay? Then in 2021, it went up again to $1,259. The rolling average for 2021, 101 sales. Now, I talked about last week how, like, if we didn't get that double from 2020 to 2021, that kind of gives me a little hint about the book. Yes, this is a popular book, but we didn't get that double. We saw the Fantastic Four number 48. That book doubled and then some. So keep that in mind. That's one of the key factors that I'm looking at when I'm looking at this copper drop on some of these books. This book did not double. It went up nicely, but didn't quite double. So we're going to go to the 12-month rolling average. It was $1,297, still higher, which is great. Now, of course, the 90-day average is down to $1,191. Only 23 sales, believe it or not, at that grade. The last sale back up to $1,300 in April of this year. So we're starting to get a little bump. But to me, I want to sell this book. I do not want to be buying here at these prices. And like I said, this is a 9.6. I always think this book will be valuable in a 9.8 because you have a 9.8 of a modern book of a nice character. It's always going to be worth money. So if you can pick up and you want to own this book for long term, sell your copy right now. Go out and get a nice 9.8 copy. Save your cash because that's the only point where, to me, where it's worth buying for the long term. You may get a book now and then sell it in a couple months. You may get a couple $100 out of it. But to me, why are we doing that? I'm not here to flip comic books. I'm here to buy books that I love the characters, first and foremost, that I think will go up in value over the long term, right? This book will go up in the long term, but it's not going to give you the big jump that some of the other big keys out there will. A lot of the moderns won't do that at all, unless they're major characters, and aren't too many out there, in my opinion, that are. This is like on the borderline, of there. She's a really popular character. I just don't know what else they're going to do with her, right? The DC movies are a mess. The character's great. I love Margot Robbie. She did a great job. But how important is this character going forward in the DC universe? Again, she's like a side piece to the Joker. That's what she really is. Yeah, she's not great. Awesome character, but for me to get that meteoric rise and jump, she has to play a bigger role, and I'm just not sure that's ever going to happen. So this is my drop for the week, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Did I make the right choice? Am I nuts? Would you be buying both of them? Would you be dropping both of them? Let me know down in the comments below, because I always enjoy hearing what you guys have to say. So again, we're here for episode 3 of Cop or Drop. A lot of great books that I've talked about over the past 3 weeks. Some books that, like I said, that I always want to buy no matter what. Some books that I always want to sell no matter what. And some books that it's kind of like, a toss-up. What are we doing? So that's what I try to get into in this Cop or Drop video. That's what I think is hot. And that's my opinion on this stuff, guys. So with that said, this is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.